Hello loves and welcome to my channel. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will be showing you how I do my own nails. Bear with me, this was really hard. Please go and subscribe, like this video, share it. I appreciate it so much. Now getting right into it. I am just prepping my nail beds. They looked a little rough because I had just soaked my nails off, so I thought it would be perfect to record because they looked a little, rough. So here I'm just taking my young nails. I believe it's a super fine carbide bit. I'm not quite sure, but I will link that down below. Every single item that I use, I will link it down below if I find it. If I don't, I'll link something similar to it. So like I said, just going in and buffing off that shine off of the entire nail bed. This is a really good bit. I definitely recommend it if you guys have not used it. It takes the place of a sanding band, so you can disinfect and use on your next client without having to change out that band. It's super soft that like you can file on your skin and it will not hurt you. So again, highly recommend. So now I'm taking my needle bit. I'm not quite sure the name of it, but I use this just to make sure I get all of that dead skin off around that cuticle area. You can honestly skip this step, but on myself, because I do go really long in between my sets, I like to make sure it's super clean and they're gonna stay on. So now I'm taking my ball bit, and this is for the cuticle. I do not nip off my cuticle whatsoever. All I do is use this bit and file off the dead skin off of that cuticle area. Again, it's really gentle. It's not gonna hurt you. I use all of these implements on really low speed to ensure, that I don't hurt myself or my client. So make sure you guys are doing that. Okay, so I realized that I didn't want to record me putting on tips on my nails, and then I thought to myself, I'm sure there's somebody that's gonna want to see me putting the tips on my fingers. So I went ahead and pressed record again, and so basically all that I'm doing is putting the tips on my nails. So these tips are from Amazon. I will link those down below. Like I said, I highly recommend these. If you love that sculpted look but don't like using forms, highly recommend these. These have been my best friend since I got sick of using forms. I'm not that good at it, and nor do I do it often. So I just prefer tips, and that's what I use on clients. So I opted to use these. Highly recommend them. I got the long stiletto ones because I do like to do long coffin on myself. So it's super easy to transition from stiletto to coffin. You just, cut off that tip and then boom, you have coffin. So that's all I'm doing here. I am doing them freaking long like usual. So you'll just see me just taking off barely that tip. So don't judge me. I'm taking my Tammy Taylor Peel and Stick disposable files. I love these things. I think I'm just seasoning it right there. So what I'm doing in this step is basically that curve, and I'm showing you right there. That curve from the stiletto design, they tend to be a little bit more curved than straight. So all I'm doing in this step is getting my file and straightening that out. I do not like any curve whatsoever when it comes to my own nails. So that's basically what I'm doing. I like my shapes to be super straight. I do that with any shape that I create. I don't like the curve at all. So I have a hard time doing like round nails because they're so round, and so that's basically what I'm doing, just straightening those edges out and making it super straight coffin. So you'll see me throughout the video put down my fingers. So the reason why I do this, I stop every so often and kind of just look at my work. I want to ensure that I'm getting a perfect shape, not only on one nail, but I like it to be consistent throughout the entire set. So I do that a lot. I stop and look and make sure I'm doing a good job. So that's, you'll catch me doing that throughout the entire video. So now I'm taking my acrylic. Now that I was done, I did prime off the video, and I'm using Protein Bond. I do 2 coats of that, so just in case anybody wants to know, I will link that as well down below. So I'm taking my Hazel, I believe is the name, from Glam and Glitz. This is my all-time favorite mustard yellow. It is so pretty. I've actually stocked up on that one this year because I'm super obsessed with it. So whenever somebody doesn't know what color they want, I always try leaning them towards that mustard yellow. So for this design, I am doing ombre. I tend to do nude with all my sets, so no matter what I do, I always have to have nude in there. So as you can tell, I am ombreing nude down into that mustard yellow. I will also be using burnt orange, which was a personal mix. I mixed a bunch of different colors to get the burnt orange that you'll see me using in this video. And then I'm using a brown as well. I'm gonna be doing 2 accent nails, which one is gonna be little fall leaves and the other one's gonna be a marble design. So you'll also notice that throughout the video I kind of speed it up after I do one nail slowly, so you can kind of see how long it takes me, and then after that I'll speed it up. Okay, so one thing I will say is definitely invest in a really good nude powder that is going to blend nicely with any color that you pick. I came across when I first started doing nails how hard it was to do nude ombres, and it was because I was not using the correct nude. In all of my nail designs that I do on myself, I use Earth from Young Nails. Check their nudes out. Check out all their products, honestly. I love using their cover powders. Those are my favorite. Cover Pink is one of my most used colors, and I have like a big tub of that because I use it all the time. It's one of those colors that kind of goes really well with honestly any skin tone that you come across. So highly recommend that one. It almost adapts to their skin tone, so I really like it. This is, like I said, Earth from them. It blends so nicely. Like, I highly recommend it. You guys check that out. But yeah, invest in a really good nude, and your ombre skills are gonna be so much better. You're gonna notice that it's gonna be a lot easier for you to create that ombre effect with, you know, different nudes that you get. Here again, I'm just doing that ombre with brown. I want to say I mixed this brown as well. I have other browns that are already, you know, pre-mixed, but I wanted a more of like a reddish yellow undertone versus just brown, so I went ahead and mixed that one. A lot of nail techs don't realize that you can absolutely mix your own colors, so you don't have to have a huge collection. As long as you have like the base colors, you can basically mix whatever. If you have a really good brand that blends well, you're set. Like, you can mix your own colors, you can make them lighter, you can make them darker with white, you know, and black. Highly recommend that for people that are trying to, you know, be more on a budget. Try mixing your own colors. It saves a lot of money. I definitely started doing that, and I still do that till this day, as you can tell. Using Smores from Nail Heaven. They have such pretty fall leaves. Unfortunately, when I went to order, they were already sold out of a lot of them, so this one's really pretty though. Check them out if you haven't already. So as base, I am using, I can't remember what glitter it is, but I'll link it down below once I look at it. I just wanted that iridescent background just so it didn't look like too bland. I don't know, I thought it would be a little weird if I just did clear. I really like to conceal that like tiny bit of natural nail as well, so that kind of helps camouflage the natural nail in the background. So that's kind of why I added that iridescent glitter as well. And I'm kind of just putting the little leaves wherever I feel it looks nice. Now, I know a lot of people are gonna ask, so the brush that I'm using in this set is, I believe it's from Kuppa, number 10 or 12. I got it at Premier Orlando, I wanna say this year or last year, I'm not sure. So yeah, it's the Kuppa number 10 or 12, I'm not sure which one it is. I just realized that I am not prepared. I'm just like, I don't know what this is and I don't know what that is, so I apologize in advance. I will definitely link all the products down below though. Now for this nail, I'm just doing a marble design. I'm taking the mustard yellow, burnt orange, and brown and marbleizing it with clear. And then in bits and pieces, you can see where I just put a little bits of that same iridescent glitter that I used in the background on the other nail. Man, if you're a nail tech and you do your own nails, you know the struggle it is to try to get your fingers to curve and move the way you want them to. You get cramps and stuff. It's sometimes can be pretty painful, but the end result is always what keeps me going. Okay, so I went ahead and encapsulated my nails off of camera. Pretty self-explanatory, you just put a cap of clear over that. Now I'm taking my carbide bit. This is a safety bit, highly recommend if you're terrified of using e-files, highly recommend this. So on myself, basically what I do is just make sure that cuticle area is filed, and then I lightly file the rest of the nail. I like to lay my product on smoother than, you know, messier, just to save time on like the filing part. And on myself personally, since I cannot hold my finger correctly with, you know, no other hand to hold it, I just go around that cuticle area, file that, make sure that's all good, and then I go in with my hand file. So that's basically what you see me doing here. All I'm doing is lightly filing, kind of debulking little areas that may need to be filed down a little bit more. And then I'm going to be going in with my hand file and filing in the rest of the nail. Alright, so you see me now. So what I like to do is do the sides first. And then I go onto the entire surface of the nail and perfect that shape. I'll probably do a video later on where you watch me work on an actual client. I do a lot of the steps differently, either to save time or just because it's easier to do things differently on an actual client than on yourself. You know, you don't have those two hands working on one. Basically, you just have one hand to work with. So I think I'll be doing that in the near future so you guys can see how I do my sets on my clients. I'm basically just going in and filing the rest of my nails. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Seriously, you guys, subscribe. I will truly appreciate it. I'm gonna be doing vlogs, watch me while I work, and tutorials on this page. So again, make sure you guys subscribe so you guys don't miss out. I'm gonna be trying to be super active on all of my platforms. I know I have, you know, tons of questions from people, so do not be embarrassed and just ask me questions. I don't mind it at all. I might get to you a little later, but I will respond. I'm pretty good at the moment on responding to questions and kind of giving you advice if you need it. This is seriously the part where my fingers get cramps. Tons and tons of cramps. You're trying to like put pressure on one side and then the pressure from the files on the other side, and then your fingers are all twisted up. It's pretty interesting. Okay, so this part I do not do on clients because I'm able to file a lot easier on them with my other bit. So I kind of just skipped this one. I am basically going in back with my super fine carbide bit that I used at the beginning to prep my nail bed, and I go right around that cuticle and just blend the natural nail to the actual acrylic. So that's what you see me doing here. This is just kind of an additional step that I like to do on myself. going in and top coating my nails. I opted for matte on the pinky, index finger, and my thumb, and then my middle finger and ring finger will have shine to it. So I'm using the Young Nail stain resistant top coat. Highly recommend for all the people that get stained nails. This stuff works amazing, and since I do have clear on those, I kind of just wanted to give that extra layer of protection. So stain resistant top coat, you guys check it out. I use this stuff on all my hairstylist girls and they come back with beautiful nails each time, so it definitely works. I went ahead and cured, and now all I'm doing is removing that tacky layer, because the stain resistant top coat does have a tacky layer, so I'm just doing that in this part. Yeah, that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Do not forget, I'm gonna say it again, subscribe to my channel. I appreciate the love and support, and stay tuned for more to come.